Alright guys, just real quick, we're actually going to change our LoD strat, okay? Because with the range we have, it's not really working out. So here's the specific change to the strat. The center of the room is no longer a no-go zone, okay? The center of the room is now called as a ranged base. It's going to be known as a ranged base. Essentially what's going to happen at the start of the fight, you're going to start the fight here. After the first slumber cloud, you're going to move inside the ranged base. Now, what that does, let's say a slumber cloud gets placed right here. The next slumber cloud bait, and this applies to all the range, okay, all of the range, what you're going to do is you're going to bait the slumber cloud sort of next to the previous one. You don't need to go all the way up to the wall. Okay, the wall is going to be the melee base. This is all for the melee to deal with. You're going to place your slumber cloud sort of right here. Right now we have the range kind of doing a lot of randomness, okay? And by the range, I mean ranged and the ranged healers, all going to be together. So you're going to place your slumber cloud and then move in. So now we have slumber cloud, let's say here and here. When that happens, we're going to rotate with the boss. The tanks are going to get better at rotating the boss to give you room. Now you're going to be here, okay? Your next baits are sort of going to be using this space here, okay? And then back into the range base. You don't want to be in the middle when a slumber cloud is happening. That's the one way this strat fails, is if you stand in the middle, turret here, with the slumber cloud cast. You always want to be outside and then move back in. This is key. This is what will make or break the strategy, is place your slumber cloud bait and then move in. We're just going to watch it in action real quick. So they start with the initial bait here in the corner, as we mentioned. The slumber cloud happens. Great, it all gets placed over there. Just give it a second. There, it's getting cast. Place it, melee places it, range places it, and then move into the middle. Okay, they sort of move to the middle of the arena here, the ranged base. Now, the next slumber cloud that gets cast, I'm just going to speed up to it. So right here. So they're in the middle initially. They have resolved the cleanse. Okay, the cleanse has happened. You see how the cleanse works really well? You just stand here, cleanse resolves. Cleanse has resolved. Now what's next? Slumber cloud, the cloud bait, a slumber bait. They all go back to the edge. There's a cloud right here. They're all standing there, pre-positioning slumber cloud. They bait it and they move back in. There's the cloud, okay? And this is going to happen throughout the encounter, okay? The entire time, you're going to keep doing that. So if you see here, next one over, right here. So there's no cleanse happening. The big ultimate mechanic has resolved, and they go to slumber cloud bait positions. Okay. So the cleanse. What's next? Cleanse has happened. Slumber cloud bait or slumber bait. So they need to start moving. You see how everybody's moving towards that position. Okay. Slumber cloud happens. They're all in this area. They bait and they move back in. There's a slumber cloud there. Okay. It works really fucking well. I saw a few different execution replays and it works incredibly well with a bit of a high range count. So I'm going to put it here and move back in. You have to pay attention to slumber cloud bait, okay? When I say slumber bait, when I say slumber bait, guys, you stop what you're doing. It's a healer and you need to save something from dying. You stop what you're doing and you move. And you move back in. And then we just keep moving across. You stay inside the range base. Oops. You make the same sort of movement, guys. You move here, back in. You move here, back in. As you move across, move on the room. Okay. So move out, back in. Do not be standing inside if there's a slumber cloud or slumber bait. And the big one here is pre-position, moving early. You gotta move early. Most of the damage happens during the damage amp. Got to move early. All right. For the melee, I saw a lot of the replays there, and we are just sort of doing YOLO strat. Okay, the YOLO strat is not going to work. So the aura of Carrion, that's being handled pretty well. We just need more reps on it. You know, you go outside, just disengage. Or it's going to be like from the Cardinals, right? From Mal'Ganis. If you can sort of be aware, you can also kind of do this and then back in. Tanks can just go inside. All right, but you need to disengage. Out and in, out and in. All right. a lot of the melee were going and standing in ranged for no reason. Okay, this was a repeat mistake from a lot of players. Just don't do that. Okay, if you get the green cloud on, if you get the carrion, go out, find the first range player without the green. Okay, doesn't matter who, just go out, find the first range player without the green cloud and give it to them. It doesn't disorient anymore. The damage is kind of irrelevant unless the stack's very high, and just give it to them. There was also a lot of the range just standing there and saying, take this off me. No, stop it. You will almost always start moving to give it to somebody else and then say to get it off me. That's fine. But don't just start it and say, someone take it off me. Just move. You give it to anyone. Anybody without a green circle. Just fucking run into them, just give it to them. It doesn't matter. Just anybody without a green circle, give them the debuff. At about 4 stacks. Alright. And that's it. So melee, don't stand in range and be Pepegas. Range base, out and in, out and in, out and in, out and in. Just keep doing that. Slumber bait, out. The moment you hear me say you move out and just wait till the cloud happens, then move in. It's always going to be, the rotation is fear circle, slumber, in. Fear circle, slumber, in. It's always going to, it's like a monotone. Fuck it. But yeah, out and in. Just out and in. Okay? That's it. Out, in, out, in, out, in. And we move across. Melee, don't be Pepega, then just be standing over here for no reason. Tanks, dodge the green shit. Melee, dodge the green shit. Remember, the first 2 Cloud of Carrions, after ultimate, you go stand in Narnia, come back. Doesn't matter. Your uptime does not matter. Live. Live and live. Alright, those are the 2 big things. We cleaned this up. This boss dies on Thursday. GG's.